The tree of liberty has been thirsty for too long. I am the spark, the powder, the match, the shot that rang, the line in the patch. I am the night they tossed the tea, the oath they swore to die free. You can chain my hands, you can break my bones, but you'll never own my soul. I am the fire in the midnight sky, the reason tyrants die. I am 1776, lightning, thunder, iron, and grit. Every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, 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 oh. I am 1776. I am the flag they tried to burn, the shot that made the empire turn. I am the rebel, the minute man, the ink that wrote we can. We hold these truths, hear my boots on the cobblestone, hear my war cry, shake the throne, hear my drum, you know it's near, your reign of fear ends here. I am 1776, lightning, thunder, iron, and grit, every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, 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 oh. I am 1776.
There we go. It's Throttling Thursday. We're going to throttle up some shit today.
Throttle.
Yeah, Throttling Thursday. That's what it is. Throttling.
Okay. Anyway, we'd like to wish. Could you want to put that picture up? You want to say a prayer first? Sorry. I apologize.
Mm-hmm. So
What was that for? What's that?
there's nothing about. Mm-hmm.
Are you singing again?
No, I'm humming. So I said these. Yeah, done honking. You done honking? Jesus Christ! I'm glad it's Thursday. I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation. But take heart, I have overcome the world. And that is John 16:33 for Holy Thursday. Amen. You're muted.
But you did it on purpose. You muted me.
I didn't mute you. You did. I didn't do it. I swear.
You put this picture up. I think it's so cute.
Oh, that's Alan's. Yeah.
Yeah. We want to wish all the Jewish family that we have in our chat happy Passover, which started at sundown
yesterday.
No, it starts Passover. We gotta wish them. But I think that's a very cute picture.
And what is that, matzah or something?
Yeah, matzah's on a bike, motorcycle, the matzah, the whole thing. You know, the bike that we are.
The only thing that Alan baby is missing is the beard.
You know, babies don't have beards.
Remember that when I make a baby out of you again, then.
You do that all the time. You treat me like a baby.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody in the chat. How's everything?
I don't know. Florida for Trump is traveling today, so hope he makes it where he's going.
I'll
Oh,
be safe.
Jack Martin's in there right now today too. He thought he was on this morning, but it's next Thursday.
Right. Yesterday.
Yeah.
Today is, in fact, Holy Thursday. This is when they have and it's when Jesus Christ had the Last Supper today, which would be right in line with Passover, which it was Passover when they did it.
Yeah. TSM just said if they're Orthodox, they're not here today for you to wish them a happy Passover.
Yeah, but I had to turn on stoves.
Use the internet.
100% right. You know, there's always got to be somebody throw a wrench into something.
I know. I just thought it was funny when I was reading the comments. Okay, TSM, you could.
Who said that?
TSM. She says. Red's here though because she's not
yeah, Red's here. So.
Yeah, I wished her a happy Passover yesterday. I thought Red was going to do something last night, and then she had to correct me that the other man wasn't Jewish. So it was pretty funny though.
Okay, since you missed that, no. Anyway, we have. Let's see, what time is it? 36.
It's time for you to keep talking. Go ahead.
No, I don't want to talk to them. There's so much shit going on at some point. Oh my God! Don't know where to start. The beautiful rocket took off yesterday. We have a little cute video of that one. Let me see. I'll put it up. I know it's early, but there's only.
Yeah.
I think this is. Where is it? Oh.
I don't know where.
I almost put the one with the costume with the hands with the flat spray in it. Go ahead.
Oh.
I must hit that one.
Yeah, it's a good one though.
It is America's destiny to be at the forefront of humanity's eternal quest for knowledge and to be the leader amongst nations on our adventure into the great unknown. The human soul yearns for discovery. By unlocking the mysteries of the universe, we unlock truths within ourselves. We're a nation of pioneers and the next great American frontier is space. And we never completed, but now.
No. I thought that was a very nice video. It's the power of America. But there's a story about the name of the rocket, which is. Would you elaborate on that about the?
Well, it's named after an idol. And it's NASA sending it up, and it went up on Passover. And there's other people that don't believe that we're actually going to the moon.
No, not that. They are going to the moon, but somebody made the statement again. So the data's about that if we were up there before, that's why when they used the word again, they said we weren't there at all.
Oh yeah. There's some people. Yeah, they said that.
What do you mean again? What do you mean again?
That's what they said. What do you mean again? I had the clip for that too. And then the other one is that. If they do show actually they're supposed to be going to the dark side of the moon, not the Pink Floyd dark side of the moon, but the other dark side. And that the dark side might not match the front side. You might be really surprised if they actually show what's supposed to be on the back.
Does the just figure it out? It's the back of the moon, and if the back is the back of your ass, the ass isn't going to match the front of the moon. When you how many people pull down their pants and moon people? So that's the back of the moon. So it ain't gonna match. That's true.
Well, the back won't match unless there's crater holes and stuff like that. But then that's where they said when they went to the moon before. Who was it? It was Buzz Aldrin said that's where the aliens were all on the craters and everything. And it's not Wormhole Wednesday. So
well, they're saying that the
whole other can of worms there.
The indentation of the moon are meteors that hit it first before it hit Earth at the time. It was a protector for the planet Earth, because as the meteors are coming in.
Yeah, it was Tim Burchett, sure. He's the one that said that too. And then there was a few other people that said
There's
that.
a nice clip about him. Did you download that clip? I didn't do it.
Which one?
He was
Him talking about the moon?
Yeah, no, him talking about the guys disappearing. I said,
Oh yeah, I have that. I played it.
That one there?
The
one
last,
with Benny?
Good morning.
yeah, I played that last one. I played that. I think it was
Yeah,
last
your meeting today.
wormhole.
Good morning,
morning.
Sean. Thought you had your meeting today.
No. It was yesterday. They switched to yesterday. So
Right, Mrs. Producer got it messed up. She thought you were up to.
Well, it's
No.
Thursday, so I just
it
assumed.
is. Yeah, I'm sorry. They changed it yesterday.
Changed it. Oh my god.
Well, I'm a little discombobulated here trying to set up my mobile office. So
Yeah. Do you have the tablet so you can't hear the sound effects?
I can't hear this. Well, I think I just heard the it's weird. The whatever that is, the groundhog I just heard.
Oh yeah, it depends on which. If I know what it is. There's different categories I have on the side, and it depends on what type of file. If it's an MP3 or an MP4, that's what makes the difference.
Okay.
You'll hear the MP4s, but you won't hear the MP3s.
Huh. How about that?
I figured that out.
We
And
put
with
up.
that little pea brain of mine, I figured it out.
Did you see Alan's baby picture?
Yes, that was great. That was great.
Yeah, we wanted to wish everybody a happy Passover.
Yeah. Oh, did you put it on here? Did you put it up?
Yeah,
on
yeah,
here?
put it up there. Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
for the
And if you'd be on time, you would know.
In fucking red form today.
I was hiking with some scientists, and I was delayed.
Did you take your 38 with you?
No,
Oh.
I don't have a 38. I don't have a 38. One
See,
thing I
this
don't
is-
have a 38.
This is what happens when George parts around in the morning loading videos instead of us talking to figure out what we're going to do.
Well,
This is the kind of attitude I end up with on the show then, because he does not let me go like hog wild before 8:30, so I have to do it at.
Well, who's the producer?
She is.
So you
She's
need
the
to take
C-
charge.
She's the CEO and she's the CEO and producer.
I'm
You
being
need to take
abused.
charge. You need to take charge. You need to tell
So
George,
she's a
shut up,
producer,
George,
everything. It's all about.
and sit down.
I'm being abused.
Did you guys? I know I'm a little late. Did you guys talk about Trump's chat last night?
Nope, that's what we're getting
We got an
to.
order. We have an order. We're going to do.
Awesome.
I downloaded some sections that I thought were important, but I was going to do the birth. We were going to do the birthright first.
The
What do you want?
birthright.
The
All
birth,
right.
the birthright.
The
Well,
birthright.
people in the chat are asking for the speech. So
All right, we'll go back. We'll do the speech. Hold on.
yeah, we'll do. Yeah,
Okay.
TSM is a cranky today because she said, "What about the speech?" And I said, "Geez, we're only 5 minutes in. Chance here, you know."
Okay, we just got out. We
Everybody
didn't
got
put
the
the whole-
full moon last night. And they're all cranky.
That's right.
You got the Artemis took off last night, right? You got
Yeah,
the
we played
speech.
that. Yeah, we played that
You got
too.
the birthright stuff. A lot of stuff going
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, we talked about how we're going to do it in order because everybody's tired of the war. But we can play this one. I just took out 2 sections of what Trump said was important. That's it.
And yeah, and let me just say, you went through a lot of work to do this too.
No, I didn't. It was easy.
Yes, you did. I know you did.
Well, let's see how it comes out. It might be like shit anyway. So, whatever. But they were.
their electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously. We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it and it would be gone, and there's not a thing they could do about it. They have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar is 100% annihilated. We are unstoppable as a military force. The nuclear sites that we obliterated with the B-2 bombers have been hit so hard that it would take months to get near the nuclear dust. And we have it under intense satellite surveillance and control. If we see them make a move, even a move for it, we'll hit them with missiles very hard again. We have all the cards, they have none. It's very important that we keep this conflict in perspective. American involvement in World War I lasted 1 year, 7 months, and 5 days. World War II lasted for 3 years, 8 months, and 25 days. The Korean War lasted for 3 years, 1 month, and 2 days. The Vietnam War lasted for 19 years, 5 months, and 29 days. Iraq went on for 8 years, 8 months, and 28 days. We are in this military operation, so powerful, so brilliant, against one of the most powerful countries for 32 days. And the country has been eviscerated, and essentially is really no longer a threat. They were the bully of the Middle East, but they're the bully no longer. This is a true investment in your children and your grandchildren's future. The whole world is watching, and they can't leave the power, strength, and brilliance. They just can't believe what they're seeing. They leave it to your imagination, but they can't believe what they're seeing. The brilliance of
Well, I thought the important part of this speech, what I thought was about the amount of wars that we were involved with before. The Korean War and the Vietnam War were just considered an action, not actual war that the politicians put out as, and we didn't win the war, and also Vietnam. Both wars were done. It was a political war. This is the one that Trump's doing and hitting them hard. We could have done that with Vietnam, which they didn't because a lot of politicians were involved, and that's why he's doing what he's doing with the bombing of Iran the way it's out. I mean, for 47 years, look at all the people they killed, that they had behind them and stuff. This is the other part of the speech too. I thought was important.
But before you say it, I think Trump as a businessman, because you said a great thing, George, about the politicians. Politicians almost look to keep a problem because it keeps them, I guess, busy or whatever. I don't know, whatever you want to say, whatever, or keeps them in the media, whatever it is. Trump's being a businessman, he wants to solve a problem. Okay, he wants to find a solution, and I think this war with Iran, he wants to really decimate him. Where if it was other administrations, they would have the military on a major tight leash. Trump doesn't put them on a tight leash. Trump's going to give them what they need and tell them go out and whatever you got to do to win, whatever you got to hit them with. Next to a nuclear bomb, of course. But I think he's given the military free reign to do what they want to do to totally decimate this enemy and win.
Well,
That's because he's like big, why we call him Big Daddy. He's very strict, and he's going to enforce law and order.
Yeah.
Well, he figures he has nothing to lose. So I mean, that's why. I mean, that's one of the options that he's doing that's very good, because for the simple reason he doesn't have to worry about what everybody else says. He's going to do what he wants to do, and he does confide into his military people. It's not that, he said, well, what do you think about this? Remember that last time Kane is in charge now, but when Kane was the general, that time they said, I want to get this thing over with. And he says, how long? And he says, give me a couple of weeks and we'll have it done, which they did. But it's all there's all money making with everything with the war and everything else. So, but you play the next one if you want. We'll discuss that one.
months to get near the nuclear dust, and we have it under intense satellite surveillance and control. If we see them make a move, even a move for it, we'll hit them with missiles very hard again. We have all the cards, they have none. It's very important that we keep this conflict in perspective. American involvement.
The important thing he said about this is the satellites that they do have around. Not only those AWAC planes that are flying over, but the satellites that they have. All those satellites that were shot in the air. The surveillance, the Air Force that they put up. The satellites
the
that
AWACS.
the spy satellites. Yeah. and the spy satellites that are in the, you know, in space
Oh,
that they
so,
could
yeah,
actually. I
so
mean, it's unbelievable how good they could get the pictures. You'd be surprised.
Well, yeah, wouldn't it? They said they could get the license plate number off of a car from all the way up there from
Yeah.
a satellite, so you know they can
Well, that's
see
how
it.
they took out what's his name, Salamander, and the other guy. And that's how they're taking out all these leaders and stuff. So, you know, with the technology between Israel and one thing, you know, there's a big thing about with Israel about the money that we give Israel that people are bringing up and all this bullshit and everything else. The money that's given from the United States to Israel, the amount of money, I forgot the total. It's not. The thing is they have to buy that money that they get from us. They have to buy the military supply
our
from
stuff,
us.
you know, our stuff.
That's the deal. So the money that we given them is they're investing back into our country, which a lot of people just look at the money, but not what they do with the money, because they always, you know,
how much aid? That's a good point. How much aid goes around all these other countries that never?
No, but they'll bring no, but they bring up Israel. It's all Israel. We give them billions of dollars.
Well,
We give Taliban $14 million a week. Why are we still giving them money?
We do give Israel a lot of money. There's no doubt about it.
no, we don't. You know who we were giving the money to? Defense contractors.
Well,
Defense contractors are getting freaking rich.
No.
Because Israel buys the weaponry from us, and the defense contractors get it, and then the defense contractors grease the palms of people in Congress.
That's what I said. I'm just telling you exactly what. But what the issue is what people bring up, the money that's given to Israel, the billions of dollars. You'll hear it from everybody. Everybody's got to talk and trash about the Israel thing, and they keep on saying the same shit, but they don't know that the money's coming back in America. Doesn't matter about the defense contracts, all that bullshit. That doesn't matter.
It's where our tax money that's given to Israel. So in a way, it's getting laundered a little bit. That's all. That's the point. I'm playing devil's advocate here because there's people in here that are disagreeing with you. So I'm kind of helping them out, get their voice heard too. So
no, that's fine. But I'm just saying what was
you just want to fight George.
Yeah, that's what she does. Anyway, but
no.
That's what the story is about, the money. And then the AIPAC, everybody talks about the AIPAC. Every congressman and every senator gets money from them. So, you know, except one person was Matt Gaetz.
And the Muslim broads.
Yeah, they're not getting no money. Yeah, the Muslim.
No, they won't give any to Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar or anything.
Yeah, they get enough money from the Somalians. The taxes we give them.
That's a perfect segue into this. It's real short. I'm going to play it because it deals with the Somalians. You'll like it.
I do just want to point out that there is a statute that you can denaturalize citizens if their applications were fraudulent, and also too if within 10 years of their naturalization that they committed fraud in the U.S. And so I take this very seriously, and it's very unfortunate that these people chose to do this, because being an American citizen is not a right, it's a privilege, especially if you were not born here. And so with that idea in mind, I would like to say that these criminals took advantage of the very country that gave them refuge. They do not deserve the privilege of remaining here, and frankly, they don't deserve to even be imprisoned here, which is why, as the chairwoman of the El Salvador caucus, I work very strongly with President Bukele, and we also know that CCOT has proven to be a great facility to house people that are denaturalized and deemed not worthy of U.S. citizenship, and I will be making referrals for those individuals if they are found guilty. Thank you for being here today.
And she was referring to the Somalians and all the grift that they'll take them and send them to a different prison outside the United States. But that just fit in there. So.
And we go to this videotape here if you want. This is pretty good too. About what he says, about what she said about the Somalians and all that stuff and everything else. Because with this whole stuff, gonna play it again.
Well, I thought you were going to keep.
No, play it and then I'll talk after.
Should pledge our allegiance to the flag that represents our nation, one nation under God. You know why the borders should not be open? I ain't running for nothing. I ain't looking for nobody vote. I'm not in anybody's party. I don't need it. I'm free. I work for Jesus. The reason the borders need to be closed is because when you come into a sovereign nation and you don't pledge your allegiance is treasonous. When borders are open for anybody just to walk in, and they are not required to pledge their allegiance and to give a commitment to one nation. So the first problem, when they don't pledge their allegiance and they come across the border, they bring their own nation with them. So instead of America being one nation, we become 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 different nations. And you're sowing division and discord into this nation because the people have never made a pledge to understand that even though we come from every nation, when we're here, we're one nation.
That's right.
How can we get
And
a
that's
hold
in
of
a
that guy?
nutshell.
Hang on. How can we get a hold of that guy? Get him on the show. That
I'm
guy's
gonna try.
fantastic.
Well, you know,
That
we
guy's
played that a
fantastic.
while. I know we played that a while back ago, but then this is the whole thing about the birthright. You know, you know,
USN gave us $50 towards Savannah while the.
Oh wow!
While the
Look
Oh,
at
thank
this.
you. Appreciate that.
That doesn't
Thank
mean
you,
get
USN.
USN.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, but that doesn't mean you get out of singing.
Yeah, you got to sing
No,
anyway.
she has to sing. She has to sing to open us up on
Yeah.
Friday for sure. Absolutely, positively.
Yeah.
But this big thing with the birthright is very important. It's just
So wait a
unbelievable.
minute.
They're gonna have.
Are we off the
What are we doing?
speech from last night, George?
No,
'Cause
no. If you want to continue
all
that,
right,
we
because
can.
now you're on
continue that.
birthright. Let's go. Let's stay with the
All right.
speech. then.
Yeah, finish. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't
Go ahead.
understand where he's saying about that birthright stuff.
Yep. Go ahead. We'll wait
Stay
till
with the
later.
speech.
For birthright.
Let's finish with the speech. So I don't know what everybody thought of the speech. I had some mixed thoughts. I love Trump, but he tries to put too much stuff. If you went grocery shopping with Trump, he'd be the guy walking out of the store with stuff falling out of the bag because he tries to put too much stuff in the bag.
Yep. Correct. I agree with that.
And here's the thing. That message wasn't for us last night. We know the importance of what he's doing. That message was for the independent voters. That's really what that was for. And I think he did good on part of it, but I think some of it he tried to throw too much stuff in there. Once you throw too much stuff in there, people start tuning out in their mind. But I do think toward the end of it, he brought it home very well. That was my opinion.
Yeah, but no, I agree with you because that's why I only cut those two parts out because he gets into about what he did and about the big beautiful bill and all that stuff and everything. That's a lot of stuff that we know about it. Anybody that listens to his speech, he always brings up the same stuff over again.
Yeah.
But that's why I cut out those 2 points because those were the best points that he put up to make people realize about the casualties of war and how long we were in wars, number one, and how important that 47 years we were being attacked by Iran with all these things that were happening. Everybody forgets the Cole, USS Cole, the Marines in Beirut, and everything else like that. The 9/11. 9/11. They have a lot.
The roadside IEDs. Okay, that killed a lot of our soldiers.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm with you. I'm 100% approving that we should go in there and decimate them and
Boston bombers.
Absolutely.
Boston
You know what?
bombers.
You want to know what I think about the speech? Would you guys like to know?
yeah,
No.
absolutely.
No.
Yes,
I'm going to mute you. So
he's right.
I thought it was underwhelming myself.
Yeah,
I was prepared for something, even though it was April Fool's Day. I thought he was going to come out, not declare victory or anything like that, but be a lot more forceful or anything rather than repeat like what you said. It was for the independents. So I got that. But I thought that there was a lot more he could have put into it to be more forceful, like come up, like talk about Europe not wanting to help with the Strait of Hormuz and how we, more about how we don't get oil and we're spending our blood and treasure to do this on behalf of our allies. And why he didn't mention NATO yesterday was beyond me. So my opinion was it was underwhelming. It was effective. But if you were a Trump supporter, I think you kind of were, it was lukewarm. But if you were an independent, it might have opened your eyes on a few things. That was just my opinion.
yeah.
Yes, George, you were saving that.
Trix, that was great analysis. I agree. I agree with you. It was underwhelming.
Yep.
But you know what though? Like, let's go back to when remember when George Bush had the infamous moment on the aircraft carrier with the big banner behind him, mission accomplished, right?
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
anything but. So I'm glad it wasn't a mission accomplished moment, right?
Mhm.
But I just think he said like he went a little too much. He could have went with the threat of Iran, what they were. You know, he's talking about all kind of different things and throwing things in there, and I love him, but that's not the audience for that last night. He should have been very targeted and left it at that.
Well, I would have brought up. I would have brought up about, England's speech about how they betrayed. I mean, the agreement of NATO, how they were supposed to help out. Now you got Spain, that you can't use their airbase and their airspace.
Mhm. He should
England,
have called them out. He should have called them out last night. He
England,
should.
England, and even what do you call it? France, and then Italy too. Very surprised about Italy.
Well,
But the
I
whole
don't know
thing
why
is,
we're in. Maybe this brings back the conversation of why we're in NATO, right? I mean,
yeah. Well, that's what he's making. He made a point about that a while back ago, Trump. But the whole thing is that don't forget, every one of these countries that don't want to do nothing, they got a big Muslim population in there, and they know they have the Shiites and
they're
the
held hostage.
Sunnis in it. Yep.
They're
I
held
mean,
hostage.
every town in England has a Muslim man. Every town in England. I think they call what do they call them parishes or whatever.
Yeah, you could call them parishes.
Yeah, that's what they call them. But everyone, and the number one name of birth is Muhammad. What does that tell you? The number one name
Little
in
Mo.
England birth's name is Muhammad. So they're
Little
popping
Mo,
them out
yeah.
like crazy.
When you're
Yeah.
talking about the speech, though, in NATO, like, okay, yeah, there's a few people in chatter saying calling out NATO would have put the backs up of independent voters, but it also would bring more attention to what NATO does and it is not doing, and it's all our taxpayer money funding this. And maybe there's some independents that would have came on our side when they found out how much we're spending for the protection of NATO, and when we needed NATO, they didn't come in to do anything. And then Starmer in England, they're running out of fuel. There's so many in the EU running out of fuel, like jet fuel, they're cutting flights and all this other kind of stuff, that why he was doing what he's doing. He should have said, why these EU people, you're running out of fuel, you're not doing anything, you're not contributing, we've had your back for, what 70 years in NATO or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So why are we funding all this with our taxpayer dollars when everybody's having a rough time? I think that would have been an important point to bring up.
There's a lot of politicians involved in that NATO stuff too. Our politicians.
But they didn't have our back on this, and it's them that need the Strait of Hormuz, not us. So that was, I think, one point that he really should have drilled down on yesterday, but that's in my opinion.
Now, he mentioned that we have plenty of oil, right? We're plenty of oil, and he mentioned that we don't need their oil. I believe he said something like that.
That's correct.
Right?
Yep.
So, which took me back a little bit because I mean, not that we invaded them for their oil or whatever, but took me back a little bit that he always said that we should have kept their oil when we were there, right? The first time over in Iraq. So that kind of took me back that he would say that we have plenty of oil, we don't need their oil. That was a little thing, but I think when he says something like that and people see the gas prices still rising, like I just drove past $4.15 a gallon gas. Now I'm seeing in Jersey, I'm seeing gas anywhere from $3.79 to $4.19. I don't know what everybody else is saying with gas, but obviously that's what the American people say. I just got a text this morning from a friend of mine who is a Trump guy, but every time Trump says something, he's like, or does something that maybe he don't agree with, he almost seems like he's a Democrat. Text me this morning, Trump thinks he's the smartest man in the room, but he's really a retard. Okay, what? Because gas went up? Like, we're gonna lose the midterms now. He's saying, he's all, whatever. So, but I said to him, you don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone in November, right? So you got to hope that there's plans in place to get this wrapped up and get the gas prices down, because the American public does have short memories. So if the gas in the end of summer is where it was before this conflict happened or close to it, I think people will forget about gas prices, obviously, because they'll be around election time. But
well, don't forget,
just in my opinion, Tricks.
in 2022, during the Biden administration, gas was over $5 a gallon.
Yeah.
Ours dropped 10 cents.
When? Now?
This week, yeah. It went from 4.19 to 4.09.
Oh, okay. Wow,
So it's still high, but Indiana has real high gas tax, and it's based on the price of gas, so that the gas tax fluctuates.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
just my opinion.
Everybody's gonna say
George, you never share your opinion. You're not opinionated at all.
I go facts. I do facts. Whatever I know, whatever I share is facts that I know.
Yeah, but still your opinion. I'm just saying you're not.
I don't care if people like my opinion or not. I don't care.
Me and you don't talk.
If you don't like my opinion, don't.
What do you say?
Well, they don't tell you.
You're rough.
It's funny. We go back to
I'm
that.
gonna get that on a hat.
No, but isn't it funny when you go back to a long time ago when they used to have the charts of the breakdown of the gas, how much federal taxes, how much the state tax? No, because why? Because then you'll know the truth. That's the problem.
Yeah. Oh, Mark says gas dropped 30 cents in his area this week. Wow.
That's because they're not fixing the roads in Michigan. That's why.
I mean,
we're saving money by not fixing the road. Michigan's pothole city.
Is it?
Yeah,
well, we got some.
You better agree with me, Mark. I know those roads. They're crap.
Yeah, it's like Swiss cheese. Those roads are like Swiss cheese, right?
Yeah.
They are. You go across the state line into Michigan and you're like on the highway and everything. Yep. Bad here though too. Indiana's bad too. But.
Yeah. So anyway, but overall, I mean, I think that speech was needed. Hopefully it did some good for him and his calls, right, with stuff to get some.
Oh, and it validated your point earlier in the week that he should come out and give a whole speech about why he's doing what he's doing.
I think it was last week I said it.
Was
yeah,
it?
Yeah.
Oh, I stand corrected. Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I because you got the media 24/7. Gas prices. It's just beating up. I mean, no one wants to spend more for gas, right? But I think we all would say, hey, you know what? If it's a short-term thing, and you wipe out a threat that's the largest terror funder around the globe. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to get, I mean, could you imagine what a threat Iran would be if they actually had the threat of a nuclear weapon?
Yeah, we'd be gone already.
And I read something last night. I read a little bit. I shared it on X, but pretty much it said Iran was trying to follow the North Korea model. North Korea got the nuke material because they threatened that they were going to blow up Seoul was it? What's the Seoul,
South Korea?
Yeah.
With heavy artillery, and they could have. And we thought about going after North Korea a couple times, and we didn't because of that threat. And that's why Iran was heavily building up on the missiles and all those drones because they wanted to have that same threat. And then once they got the nuke, then they'd be in the driver's seat with everything. So I think we had to do it, and I'm 100% supportive.
Well,
if gas goes up a little bit, so be it. That's how I feel. And
I think if look at the way that launching stuff is, and the problem is they'll do the nuke. I mean, they wanted to destroy Israel. Their main objective, they believe this: if they destroy Israel and kill every Jew on this world, that Muhammad's coming back. That's what it says in the Quran, in many words. But that's what their main thing. So they would have come to a nuclear bomb, and they would and they far as reached, that island off of India there. That's a pretty far, distance there that they did, and they could reach. They could reach France and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean, these assholes.
Exactly. Yeah, we didn't know they could go that far.
Yeah, and these assholes, like as far as France, you don't want to get involved with this thing that's happening at the Straits and everything else. The Straits are international waters. Iran does not own them. Iran does not own that water. It's international waters. It's the Strait of
Yeah.
Hormuz that's international. But they want to control it because the assholes that are there, they never stop them from controlling it. That's the problem because of what they had. They concentrated on getting all those little boats with the bombs and the missiles, and they to place the mines and stuff like that. And things that they instead of attacking the problem, all these assholes that were out there, and stop all the migrations in their country. So now that they can't do what they're supposed to do, they're more afraid. As politicians, you want to get reelected again. So you're not gonna bite the hand that feeds you with the votes. You know.
Yeah. Let's do trivia, and then we can segue into the Supreme Court because it's almost 9:15 already.
Okay, there, producer.
Well, I'm just looking at the time, so we have time.
It's your opinion. You're right. I'm just saying.
It's
her fact.
this is. So yeah, it's almost 9:15. All right, I'll read it out. I don't. Sean, who wants to read me the answers? Though you're in the car, Sean, so I don't know if you can.
I can read them on chat. I'll watch the chat here. I'll read
All
chat.
right. Who was the first woman to become a senator? And I double checked this. It's not an AI one, so I won't get slammed on this. So who was the first woman to become a senator?
First, we got to know what a woman is.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it Lindsey
That's the
Graham?
definition of a woman.
Is the answer Lindsey Graham?
Oh, he's over there. I think he's.
I figure I'd beat Mark to it.
I think he's having sex with Mickey.
Let's see. ML Heath, Barbara Boxer, I should say. Angels, unawares, Feinstein. Marty said, I can't think of her name. Craig Mutley said Felton. USN Air said Boxer.
Angela Awareness says Feinstein. She should have been called Frankenstein.
Yeah, Frankenstein. American Mark, Amelia Earhart. That was good, Mark.
I don't know why I bothered writing Mark's answers down.
Red Ginger said it's 3 names.
He got you.
I know, I'm just writing. What did Rod say?
Red just said it's 3 names long ago. Marty Kin said it's Feinstein. Denise said Rebecca Felton, 1922. Wow, you guys a date. I guess a date could be a tiebreaker.
Sheila Lee Jackson, the one with the Matusa head.
All hat, no cattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skunk said Sheila Lee Jackson.
She was a pedo.
Was she?
She wore a pedo ring.
She looked like she was like Matusa there with the snakes on her head. With the hairdos and stuff that she had.
Little Tricky said Shirley Temple Black. Whoever that is.
Oh, that's Shirley Temple. The regular Shirley Temple.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she wasn't a senator. One citizen says, what was the year? Well, if you give the year, I guess that gives the answer. A little Tricky said, I don't have a clue with laughing emojis.
And she was the first woman to serve in the
Red Ginger said, no, Feinstein is the first woman to serve in Senate while deceased.
Good one, Red. That's good.
Red, that's good. That's good. Yeah, you know what, Red? I don't think you're wrong there.
Yeah, she's correct on that one.
Mark said, so it wasn't Lindsey Graham then. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, Mark. It may be. It depends on when Lindsey was sworn in compared to the other ones. We have to look at the date. And
see, yeah, nuts.
Minnie
Sheila
Ball said-
Jackson. Yeah, she was a trafficker. I knew she was. She was a pedo. She wore that pedo ring.
Who? That
Sheila Lee Jackson. She wore the triangle pedo ring. It was the, where you have the triangle that goes around and around. That's a pedo symbol. She had that on a ring and she wore it all the time.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. Insider said over 650 complaints on sexual abuse from kids. Wow. I wonder if she's in congressional slush fund. I don't see any other names there.
Sergeant, I can't answer your question because it gives away an answer. So I can't.
Yeah. Sergeant, text Billy. He'll tell you.
Yeah. I don't know. Billy might be still hungover from last week.
Yeah, they were partying out there.
I like that. I like the video from Stacy where Billy had his head on the table with the beer bottle. That was fun.
Yeah, I see Stacy in there today.
Yeah, she was in this morning early.
All right.
Well, see, it looks like everybody's winding down there, huh?
Yeah, I guess that's
okay. We'll close it out and give the answer tomorrow and explain it.
Oh wait,
too.
Moname just said Trixie, first woman elected or appointed to Senate.
I read it the way I read it, and there's a reason why I read it the way I read it. And
don't argue with Trixie. This is not her opinion, because she read it.
I said the first woman to become senator. To become. I didn't say elected, and I didn't say appointed.
All right, so Moname may be on to something there.
It's a trick question. That's why.
See? We have smart people in that chat.
I think they're Googling shit. That's what I think. But no, I shouldn't say that because we do have smart people in the chat. I know. Because look at all the stuff we discuss, and everybody knows a lot of what we talk about and everything. So we have the smartest chat. I'd say the second smartest might go to Mike Schwartz. Some of them people are pretty good. They're pretty sharp.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. What do you think is going to happen with this birthright citizenship thing? You think that?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. What do you think is going? What do you think are
Supreme? They're gonna do two things either. Well, what's his name? Hurley. He's the George Washington University law professor. His opinion is.
Oh, Jonathan Turley, you mean?
Yeah. Turley has stated that Trump position action could force the courts to resolve this long debated issue, meaning of the United States citizen, specifically focused on the phase of subjects to judicial thereof. And what he's saying is the law was originally brought because of the African American, the slaves. They came from another country, came here.
Their children.
Right. And their children were born here. So that's what it was for. But what they did now, they brought this up. Here, let me put the videotape, be easier. Hold on a second.
Did you hear Ketanji Brown talking about?
Oh, she's up front.
I have that.
Yeah, he's got that videotape. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, let me play that, and then we'll play Turley.
Yeah, good.
I was thinking about this, and I think there are various sources that say this, that you obviously have permanent allegiance based on being born in whatever country you're from. That's what everybody recognizes. But you also have local allegiance when you are on the soil of this other sovereign. And I was thinking, I, a U.S. citizen, am visiting Japan. And what it means is that, if I steal someone's wallet in Japan, the Japanese authorities can arrest me and prosecute me. It's allegiance, meaning can they control you as a matter of law. I can also rely on them if my wallet is stolen to, under Japanese law, go and prosecute the person who has stolen it. So there's this relationship based on, even though I'm a temporary traveler, I'm just on vacation in Japan, I'm still locally owing allegiance in that.
How can anybody be that stupid?
Allegiance and breaking a law are two different freaking things. Like, what the hell? Was that Brown that was speaking, or was that lady? From
that was Ketanji Brown.
Yeah, the whole thing is
why she don't understand what
they had 28 lawyers with the ACLU, 28 lawyers defending. So you know how important this is for the left. Okay, now there's no right for them when they come here, and actually China's big. They have 100 companies in China that trains these people how to come to America and have their baby here and then go back to China. So now they could actually, believe it or not, because they've been born
100 that we know of.
Right. But No, they got close to 1 million people there.
That's what I'm saying. That's
No, I'm talking about. No, they had 100 companies that trained people
Yeah.
how to come here. And you know that when they come here from China, they work for the CPP, whatever that hell is. From China,
Yep.
and they allow what do you call it? They owe their allegiance to their country, so they'll do exactly what they want to say. So what happens is they go back to their country. Now, picture this: as a citizen, that they became born here in America, and now they're over there, they could actually run for president,
No, yeah, they can, and you know what? Too, what I think people don't even
and they
realize,
can vote.
you could bring, but you could also do chain migration and bring your whole family over and make them citizens too. But you're right; they could talk about a Manchurian candidate, right? They could have a Manchurian candidate. If no one sees the security risks to our nation with this, and it's not that you're in a wearing a tinfoil hat or anything, but when you have, there's, like you said, there's numbers of 1 million Chinese that are already birthright citizens of the United States. That's scary. That's scary. You could send those people back and vote. They vote from overseas. They vote. It's crazy.
The ones that came across this border, 350,000 of them had children born in America.
Yeah.
350,000, and a lot of them were Middle Easterns. You don't know how many, say, just argument's sake, from Iran. How many people came here, born, they went back to their country, now they're American citizens.
You mentioned the ACLU lawyers. Well, they had a commercial I saw on Fox News last night with, of all people, Bruce Springsteen singing "Born in the USA," and it's protect the birthright citizen act, or whatever they're calling it now. Protect these people. I don't understand how we allow our country to be invaded like that. That's an invasion.
Well,
Another
yeah,
form of invasion.
Yeah. Well, play this video of Hurley, and it'll explain some good stuff in there. No, not that one. That's a photo.
Not that one, Trix. Come on now.
Well, then,
That was the gas prices in 2022.
I was just thinking all morning long, the president has not sat through an oral argument before, I don't believe.
What is
and
it with
this one was for the ages, but he probably thought, where's the common sense here?
Well, that was the second great
Why does
question.
it do
Whether
this?
the
I don't understand why
president
it
could sit absolutely silently as
your
an
phone is
argument went on that
dinging
he
when
felt
you're
strongly
recording
about.
it,
So
does it?
we
I hate
answered
that
that
for
question. He was able to do that, but it must have been hard at points because
No,
I'm
it's
sure
okay.
some of these questions were maddening. The fact is, the policy is maddening. It's perfectly insane. That's why very few countries accept right citizenship. And so the difficulty with this case is that it's hard to really justify the policy when you look at what's happening with, in China alone, hundreds of these tourism sites are sending people over for the sole purpose of having children here. Only a moronic nation would allow that type of industry to flourish. None of our allies do in Europe. But these justices really were grappling with over 100 years of precedent. The hilarious aspect of this, Laura, and I'm sure you felt the same way, was to hear the liberal justices rarely allow the language of the Constitution to stand in the way of a preferred interpretation. Now, but they seem to be channeling Scalia today. Talking about, we have to go back to that original intent, and it's pretty clear this is the English rule, and that obviously played to the conservative justices. But in my Supreme Court class, and we talked about this case, we presented it. I often ask my students in predicting the outcome whether we have a default case. Sometimes you have a case where everything's in equipoise for justices. And the question is, where do they run home to? And for conservatives, they tend to run home to this place. They tend to follow the precedent. They tend not to read too much into the language. And that's benefiting the left here.
Well, one thing that was interesting, I thought, was this question of domicile. Not to get too wonky, but what actually constitutes a current eligible person to have an American child, give birth to an American child. So the original precedent from 1898 were two essentially green card holders. I don't think they called it green card back then, but they were lawfully present in the United States. Totally different from illegally in the United States or coming here for the sole purpose of giving birth, which that family was not doing.
That's right. And in fact, the administration feels that that case, Juan Camargue, supports them. The problem is the justices I was most looking at were not seemingly buying that. Roberts, Kavanaugh, Gorsuch. Kavanaugh was openly talking about ways that you could to finish off this case easily against the government. So it was a gulp moment for the government today.
Well, they were swinging for the fences over there in the SG's office, Jonathan, but I'm not sure that's going to pan out. Don't hold your breath for Congress to do anything on this. That's never happening either.
All right. Well, then let me play this one because it has a really good explanation of all this.
What was he saying about Kavanaugh? I missed what you said about Kavanaugh. Were you saying that Kavanaugh's they're thinking Kavanaugh's not for ending the birthright citizenship, or I didn't get what you were saying.
I didn't either.
Must have been the accent.
They're gonna have to redo they're gonna have to do the amendment again. That's what they're gonna have to do. They have to rewrite the amendment, put it the way the words are specifically explained in the 14th Amendment, because it says that you have to be that when I got
a good argument for it if you want me to play it.
They should do it, but before you play it, they should do it. But does anybody think they're going to agree to that? Like, Democrats should agree to it, right? But they're not, because it's pathetic what's going on in our.
And even black people agree with the way it's supposed to be done the right way. The black people said, it's taken away from them.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, play the videotape there.
Greg. Yeah, you're an illegal and you come here and you have a baby that is not a citizen. And it amazes me that by saying that, you are somehow portrayed as harsh. By saying something that is so obviously sensible that, like, it makes it, as Donald Trump says, and it's so mean, and I'm going to get to that. No other country does this. No other country does this. And why? Because nobody wants to do it in those countries. There's nobody clamoring in to try to game the system to have babies in Haiti. All right? So you're saying they're all coming here. What does that tell you? The system is being gamed. So how did this happen when you're talking about these polls? I don't think the polls are real. But I do think that there has been a shift due to redefining in the last, I would say 15 or 20 years, redefining common sense, patriotism as intolerant, xenophobic, but most important, mean. So if you think about every segment that we do or every position we're on, we are always portrayed as mean. So when you say men cannot be women, men cannot be in women's sports, you are intolerant and you are mean. If you say illegals need to be deported, all illegals, I think the worst first, but in the long run, you never know who the worst is first because you let them all in. Yes, that is so mean. You think this guy should go to prison? I mean, he had a terrible upbringing. Yes, he should go away for 25 years. That is so mean. Every single policy that the Democrats try to shove down your throats is based on the fact that somehow when you take a stand to protect your country or your family, it's somehow mean. This is like, I really do think this is a dangerous culture. Now, I keep thinking to myself, what if the supporters of birthright citizenship were gung-ho patriotic Americans who said, we need to do this, and we align it with a dedicated citizenship assimilation path. So we have the American ideal protected, valued, cherished. I'd be like, wow, that's pretty amazing that these people feel that way. But the problem is the people that are pushing birthright are the people who reject American culture, who reject assimilation, who embrace the so-called tenets of diversity and identity politics, who believe that America as an idea is not just flawed, but evil and in need of radical change. So I don't trust. This is why all the arguments about birthright citizens are what ifs, analogies. Kenji Jackson Brown, my favorite artist, was comparing it to getting your wallet stolen in Japan. They cannot live in the real world where you see the incentives and you see the actual data. So instead, they live in analogies. And then they look at you and they go, you're just mean. And everybody said so. We have this poll that says you're just really mean for believing this way. I don't care. We're right on this. Anybody's, if an illegal has a baby in your country and that makes that baby a citizen, no.
But
duh.
does Justice Roberts then fall into the category?
I don't know. He's got.
I just think that also
he's not right about everything, and Supreme Courts have made decisions, and so have politicians that have been wrong, and we're left that way for a century. I can think of a couple of them, Jessica, that were then overturned.
But we let Congress off the hook over and over again.
Roe v.
Britain
Wade
did have birthright citizenship, and in the late 1800s, they changed it by law. You can do something without an executive order that's going to fail in the Supreme Court. It just takes a little gumption.
Prepare to be outraged.
Well, that kind of fit at the end there, didn't it? Prepare to be
Gutfeld
outraged.
is-
He nailed it. He nailed it.
Gutfeld is so good on that show. I mean, he really is. He's very wise, but that he did nail it. But just common sense, like he says, an illegal could come in to the country, dump a baby on the ground, and have a baby and okay, there you go. Now they're a citizen. Get the hell out. I mean, it's just so.
Look at the people that are here 20, 25 years, 30 years that don't become citizens. They're still, they don't, it's so easy to do it. I mean, it takes time to do it, but do it if you want to become a citizen. So now they're here 20 years, their children are citizens, and they're still illegal because they don't want to do what is the problem? You don't want to swear allegiance to this country? Is that the problem? Or you don't understand or be explained? The 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution, ratified on July 9, 1868, granted citizenship to all persons born or naturalized in the United States, including formerly enslaved people, and guaranteed all citizens equal protection of the law and due process. And let me tell you something, the Democrats went crazy in the South for this one.
And what year? And what year was that?
1868. Right after the Civil War.
So there was no flights in the United States coming in, obviously from China then, and everything else. I mean, they got to have some common sense. I'm sorry, Trix, but
no, I'm just saying. I think what he pointed out was the reason why you're getting the arguments that you are is because the divide in our country is so huge between the left and the right. That there is not going to be any way to compromise on this. It's going to have to be Congress either goes ahead and codifies it that you cannot come and have a baby on U.S. soil and be a citizen, or the Supreme Court is going to have to come down. And it doesn't matter which one makes the ruling, the other side is going to automatically fight it. So this fight is going to go on for a long time because of all the money involved and everything with this. And the Democrats, their policies are so crap that without getting these other kind of people as citizens, or whatever, they're never going to win. Let
me finish. Can I finish reading the thing? Let me finish reading it.
Go ahead. And I got a question to ask you afterwards.
It was one of the three reconstructions of the amendments paused after the Civil War to establish civil and legal right for Black Americans, and had since become a cornerstone of America's constitutional law, cited in more litigations than any other amendment. So they were fighting for this thing for a long time. And that's what they did. The Democrats were fighting against this amendment when it gave the Black Americans, their kids, the right to become citizens. Again, sorry.
No, you're fine. I just my question was, you mentioned how Trix mentioned how it's a fight, obviously both sides on. And you mentioned that the ACLU had 20-some attorneys there. Who's funding the ACLU for this?
Soros.
So I mean, that's again to destroy America. If that's Soros, which I wouldn't doubt.
Well, that was the main issue, the plans of a long time ago, because number one, the biggest part of we'll go back to, I hate to do this, but you go back at 1991, what the Bushes did and Congress did to change that Muslims were allowed to serve in Congress or the Senate. That was step number one. They brought all these people in there, and you Somalians that are here, let's pick on the Somalians since they're the biggest ripoffs, but they actually changed the color of the flag, right, of Minnesota to the colors of their country. I mean, it still has that emblem on that's of Minnesota, but the whole thing is they changed the color of their country, number one. Number two, they honor their country more than they honor this country. They have no allegiance to this country. And you heard the shit that comes out of Omar's mouth. And the other one that the Palestinian bitch did, and it's in there too. They do not owe their allegiance to this country, and you take an oath on that Constitution.
Well, the one said she owes what was it to the people of Somalia or to Somalia first?
Yeah, she did pretty good with the money.
Yeah, that's pathetic.
Well, I'm going to show you an example of why people need to assimilate when they come here and what DEI does.
I'm about to cut it.
Our booties all bleak, waistline snapped, got a banging body and a
That doctor, through DEI, was promoted into medical school, was doing surgery and pulling this kind of crap in surgery, and the woman that was on the table suffered permanent brain damage while this was going on, and her medical license was pulled. And it's not so pertinent to birthright citizenship, but I wanted to bring a point. There's a lot of people that come from other countries here into medical school and then end up staying. And this is what you got.
You got 50,000 Muslim doctors in the United States. Fact. You know how many, look at the ones that, look what those nurses that did about, well, what's her name when she was pregnant, that I hope she does this, I hope they die when she has the baby and stuff like that. This is the mentality we have to deal with.
Go back to that video for a second. I saw that video.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know where that was from? What hospital or what?
No, I don't know what hospital, but it's not AI. It's real. That actually happened, and then she actually posted it. The dumbass.
Yeah, I did see. Yeah, I mean that's how a lot of them get whacked. Yeah. But I did see that video, and I was shocked by it. And I'm thinking, I'm like, it must have been like maybe a guy was in there for like I don't know, a knee surgery or something like that, something, whatever. But it doesn't matter what he was in there for. You're supposed to be in a professional environment where you're getting health care. I mean, I always think those people should be arrested for what they did.
Yeah. She was stripped of her license. That's definitely malpractice. And on top of that, having the severe brain damage like that person's never going to be right. How you can't fix it. You can't fix it.
Yeah.
I thought it was really shocking.
It's a shame that goes. I mean, who knows? I mean, I know there's a lot of jokes in the operating room that people talk in there after that.
Not like that one.
Stuff. No, yeah. I understand that. What I'm saying is I make a point is they do joke around a little bit in there and everything else, but not to that extreme, something like that to have, they're all playing. This is not a game. And that's what I'm saying about bringing up other doctors. They got Jamaica, people come from Jamaica that are nurses and they have to take a test here to get entrance and they become nurses. Because why? There's shortage of nurses. Why? Because the colleges are too much money to become nurses. To become a nurse, it costs too much money. Kids can't afford the college. But if you're that's why the college rates are going up. Because why? They leave it accommodating to all the foreign students, which that should stop and give born American here in the United States the right to go to college if they want, not a foreigner. Because all that endowment that they have, all that money, billions of dollars, they got billions.
It honestly starts the whole student loan system. I mean,
yeah.
because I'll tell you why. If you went to get an auto loan or a mortgage, your house has to value at a certain point, or your car has to have a certain value to it. student loans, it doesn't matter. Oh, how much you need? 37,000? Boom, done. Oh, you need 42,000? Done. Boom. Doesn't matter. Like the degrees you're going for should have a value to them,
Yeah.
right? And it doesn't matter what you're going for. They just throw money to you.
Best one out there.
Then on top of it, they want to whack you for interest rate 10, 12, 13%. I mean, Kelly Schwartz was talking about student loans on the show with Mike there, and like what they should do. I don't believe in free money for school or free college, but what they should do is they should either give very low interest student loans, and the student loans should be structured almost like a loan on like a mortgage would be, or like a auto loan would be. Depends on what you're going for. It should have a certain value, and then these schools should be capped at it. That should be.
You know how they fixed that about more money? Now the parents could sign up for that loan to help out the kids too. So now they're responsible for the loan also. And that's what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry. Denise just said she knows people with 200,000 in student loans and they don't have jobs in their field of study. How crazy is that?
Well, part of the nursing shortage too is because so many private equity bought hospitals, and so they're going with the profit margin instead of patient care. So the ratio of nurse to patient, sometimes it should be like on a regular basis, maybe 2 to 3 patients per one nurse, and sometimes you're getting like 6 to 1 now. And there is no patient care. So a lot of nurses are stopping because they're stressed out. It's just too much on them, and they're not going to be doing it, even though they're still working age. They're going into something else. And then somebody else mentioned about the nursing professors. Yeah, that's another one too, because you have to have an advanced degree in order to teach nursing, when it should really be more of an apprenticeship program, in my opinion. I mean, I'm sure there are, modules you need to know, like, can be tested on and everything, but because so much of it, if you're an RN, is patient care. Now, if you have like a master's in nursing, you're doing more paperwork and billing and things like that. So most people don't advance into the master's because of the cost, the cost of college and the time it takes to do it. So that's all.
Well, that's why I brought up the money. It's unbelievable, and it's bad that these kids come out of finish college and they don't have opportunities to get a job, and then when they get a job, they have to pay all these loans back. And the one that screwed everything up was wonderful Mr. Obama, because a lot of times you cannot claim bankruptcy on those things at all. And there was, remember that time when they had the banks with what's her name, James Brown, with the hair they do there? She started yelling at the banks, Citibank and Chase Bank with the student loans and everything else. And the guy turned around, the CEO turned around, he says, "We don't handle those loans anymore. That's done by your government."
Yeah.
by Obama.
Yep.
She didn't know that. That's what we have.
Maxine Waters. Yeah, she's great. She was on the House Financial Services and didn't know anything.
Yeah, I know. That was the best.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I can't believe they do that. That's the Peter principle.
So
I don't think
you guys, somebody, have you guys seen Solo Veritas?
Yeah, that's Jack. That's Pastor Jack Martin.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Oh, great. Okay, yeah, I see him chatting in there. I want to.
Hello, Jack.
Awesome. Hello, Pastor Jack.
Yeah, but it's a shame that they don't have people on like on the committees like that. That's their expertise, instead of promoting them just because they've been in Congress for so long. And then this is why we end up with the kind of messes we got, because they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Crazy.
Well, I know it's depressing, and since it's depressing, I'm gonna play something funny.
Tune in for my interview with Trump on why Islam and Democrats are both such fucking nightmares. Mr. President, there's all this talk about Muslims, Islam, and jihadis. Dude, what the hell is the difference? And why do Democrats love these Durkas so much?
I'm just going to say it. They want our white women, but they also both hate the West and Christianity. With Islam, they hate women and they hate the gays. And by the way, the gays love me. But if you look at the history of Islam, you'll find the answers.
Well, there you have it. Durkas are basically everything liberals despise, yet they love them unconditionally and elect these ragheads to high office in places like New York and London.
Dude, fuck that. So, Peter, what the hell is the history of Islam, and why did this shit start in the first place?
Yes, great questions. It all started when Durka Muhammad had visions from what he originally thought was a demon. but then his handsome wife convinced him it was actually the angel Gabriel.
It's okay, Muhammad. It was definitely just an angel talking to you.
His trusted scribes wrote down these visions in what later became an instructional manual for killing Jews and Christians titled the Quran. But after preaching for 10 years in the city of Mecca and getting nowhere, he moved to Medina, where he literally becomes a fucking warlord.
If you want to see the rest of this video, please subscribe to Support History Dead. Not only are the Durkas going to want to kill him after this video, but his smoking hot wife now wants a third kid, and those fuckers are never cheap.
I just thought that was so damn funny. We were talking about some of the, and Obama started so much of this crap. It was perfect video, I thought.
He'd be a good warlord.
Yeah, well, he was what he called. They had the Muslim Brotherhood in the White House when he was there.
Mm-hmm.
It was known fact that this was all. Let me tell you something. The fucking plans that they did to do us in, and it's not what he called. It's not just China, Soros, everybody, but everybody's forgetting about all these migrants that are coming in here, that their families are bringing in, and they're having so many kids, and we're supporting them because the guy has 4 wives, has 10 kids, and now the kids are getting money from our government and plus the rent because they don't work. They have to take care of the kids. That's what they tell them. The whole big game about that. But
Yeah,
we mentioned
Soros a lot, right? Our
only him.
side, everybody, but I know he's got a lot of money. But I wonder if there's money being funneled through Soros from.
Oh yeah, we found that out that he was getting the money from the USAID.
Well, he's getting money from USAID, but I wonder if it's deeper than that. Like I wonder if there's money coming to him from, say, the CCP, or.
Oh yeah, most likely to make him use. I always say that it's not only him. Everybody, the biggest word you hear from everybody. Oh, it's Soros. Oh, it's Soros.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I know the guy's got a lot of money, but does he have that much money, right? That he can always be. So there's got to be money coming from someone else to funnel through him, in my opinion.
Yeah, China.
Where are you laughing at? My opinion?
No, nothing.
Or something in chat. What's going on in chat? What are you laughing at?
Nothing. Keep going. My computer just went black.
Yeah, your brain went black. And probably. What are you talking about?
What happened?
Nothing.
What's the matter? You got to laugh and you don't want to share it? It must have been one of us, Sean. I'll tell you right now. They must be talking about me or you. Most likely it's
somebody
me.
said they couldn't understand.
No, somebody sent me something funny on my text, and that's it. That's what it was.
Funny texting.
It was somebody from chat. Yeah, they sent me something.
Boy, you're getting text orders. Yeah. See, George, you don't get no text from people from chat.
No, I don't get no text anything.
I don't get no text from people from chat, but Tracy gets all the text from people from chat.
I know. That's how it is. It's all about Tracy.
Yep, all about Tracy.
Okay.
My opinion.
In my opinion. So anyway.
I just heard your phone go off there, George. I just heard the vibration.
I'm ignoring it.
I'll save that for Friday, the vibration.
That's always Trixie. I think your phone just went off too, Sean. I think somebody texted you too.
No, that was my work phone that went off. That's what that was.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of people in the chat here.
I just texted them. They're both babies. That's what.
Don't forget thumbs up. Don't forget the thumbs up, everybody. Appreciate that.
Thumbs up, please.
Thanks to USN for giving us that money. I appreciate that.
Red's going to tell me about the April Fool's prank that she did in Savannah. That's good. So that'll be good. I'm looking forward to hearing that, Red.
That's right. It's all about. That's the way, Stacy.
What's she
Love
say?
that woman. Billy's a lucky man. That's what I could say.
What's Stacy say, George?
It's all about Trixie. Even she says it.
She wasn't being sarcastic. She was giving fact, George. It was fact. It wasn't her opinion.
Wow.
I'm catching on. Listen to this.
Yeah. Now you got to start texting
Right.
everybody.
Yep, I know. Everybody's against me. I can tell.
Well, here's something pretty good. I'm going to pause it and read it, but this was from 1957, and I think it applies today. Oh, I can't pop. Darn it! I'm sorry. I can't read it.
It went too
because
fast. I couldn't understand a word it was saying.
I
I
know.
understand what you're saying.
I thought George
kind of went fast like you,
understand that
Trix.
kind of stuff. Huh?
Huh? What? It
What?
went fast. It went fast. It went fast like you told the story. I was like,
Yeah.
I like this one.
It was Ian Rand, and she was saying basically in 1957 that if you can't get a handle on the politicians and everything, you got a dead government. But she goes into a couple of details, and everything kind of fit. I'll have it for tomorrow, but I won't have it in video form.
Make me a sandwich. Listen.
What?
I know we played this.
What?
Just play this video. I think it's
who's
got
making sandwiches? Who's going to make the sandwiches in Savannah?
Yeah,
Savannah.
If it's Savannah, it better be a Cuban.
Well, there's got to be a what do you call it?
yeah.
There's got to be a ferry between the Keys to Cuba. They're setting that up already.
I'll tell you what. I'd go visit Cuba. I'd be happy.
Cuba's the one. A lot of Europeans go there on vacation. They got a lot of beautiful hotels by the beach.
Yeah.
You want to play that video there, Spanky?
But only when it's not communist no more is when I want to go. Okay.
I know we saw the library.
I came for 2 days to play it, but every time I come, I always wind up staying. This the type of town I can spend a few days in. Miami, the city that keeps the roof blazing.
Welcome to my home. Bienvenido a Miami. Bouncing in the club with the heels on.
Isn't that cool? I like the way he did that one.
Yeah, it was good. I was talking with.
Is that your opinion or fact?
That's fact.
So George, this is interesting. I was talking to my friend Joe that I put you on the phone with, right?
Yeah.
There's a certain government organization that runs the presidential libraries or something. I forget what it's called. But Joe's been out to the Nixon Library, and there's a guy that's from a couple towns over from us that actually works for the government. But they're like a historian, like for the presidential libraries, and the guy works on Nixon's library and somebody else's library. But we were talking about what Trump is looking to do, because Trump is looking to put a part hotel there, apparently,
right,
and part library, which is going to be kind of. I think it's going to be a challenge. I don't know if he's going to be able to do what he wants to do, but we'll see. But I love the rendering of the building, and I love the fact that if he has the current Air Force One in there now, that would be really cool. Because they say in the Nixon Library, you could actually walk through Air Force One.
Well, they said supposedly when he was doing it, he's going to do that. He's going to put Air Force One inside there.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool to be able to walk in there.
I'd just like to say that something really funny. Stacy said we're like peanut butter and jelly. And I said, that's really funny because we say that all the time because George is nuts and I'm sweet.
Oh, I thought you were talking about you and Stacy are like peanut butter.
No, because Stacy and I are both jelly. We're sweet.
So George isn't smooth peanut butter. He's nutty peanut
butter. He's crunchy.
Crunchy. Poor George.
Hey, Pastor Jack put a link in there. It's a video he put together about taking that country back.
Oh yeah, I saw that last night. It's really good too.
Yeah,
it is. It's really. You should check it out. It is really good.
Save it and play it. It's pretty good.
Good, you know what? I'll play it tomorrow. I'll play it tomorrow in case anybody doesn't check it out. I'll download it and do it. How's that?
It's about taking. And we got to. Let me tell you something. We're in big trouble here. That's all I can tell you, people. And it's going to be good men going to start doing bad things that they didn't want to do.
Well, it's time for that. I mean, what do I always say? The answer to 1984 is 1776. I say that all the time. And
well, England is doing a big May. I think it was May 16th. I think it is that they're doing a big. Hold on here. It's gonna be a bloodbath there. That's what they're talking about. They discussed it. The majority of people in England have discussed it about the prime minister that they got, that they're not helping the United States. I got some people that I know. So
do they talk funny, George?
Well, they say I speak perfect English. I hate when they get it.
You speak perfect English?
Yeah, Brooklynese.
Brooklynese, yeah,
That's right.
Okay, well, that's an opinion. That's not fact.
That's right.
It's fact in Brooklyn. Go to
It's in their
Brooklyn. Tell
opinion.
anybody. You
But,
go to
George,
Brooklyn and you tell anybody in my neighborhood
George.
when it was existing, and you went there and say, "I don't understand anything," and you'll see how fast they'll rearrange your
they're
teeth.
like
Say
this,
water.
listen.
Say water.
Wait a minute. Wait, stop. You two stop with the bickering for a second. George, we stopped as people, we stopped caring what people from England's opinion were in 1776. Right, Trix?
That's right. And you know they try. Well, that's why they were controlling all the shit in this whole world because Trump took them down.
Yeah.
The banking system and everything else. That's why they're all pissed. That's why they. And that
Yeah,
guy's
next Monday we should have Promethean action on. We should do some of that.
Yeah, he's a piece of, yeah.
She did some good stuff last night, but it was before the speech, so I'm sure she'll have something good after the speech.
Yeah.
Last night.
There's all the plan that whatever he's doing, and I wish people would look at the whole picture. Everybody's not looking at the whole picture. You know, they look at the gas prices, they look about this here, they look about who's getting money and what's going on. Everybody's got to stop and stay with his plan. I think he's doing a great job. I mean, for 47 years, that country's been terrorizing us and the world. It's not only us. You know, if they would have had a nuclear bomb, we would have got hit. California would have got hit. And you got sleeper cells here. You know that.
Forget about if they hit something. Look at what gas is right now, right? With a war going on. Could you imagine if they had a nuclear bomb and they wanted to fuck with the world economy? They could do it. That's what I'm saying. If they had a nuclear bomb, then they would really control that Strait of Hormuz because they would have the threat of it. So, like I said, I'm all for what Trump is doing over there. I hope he has a good clear plan for total victory, and I hope the good people Iran take over and we get away from this Islamic State of Iran.
You know, there's a lot of stuff that comes up on TikTok and on Facebook, and about all the propaganda that's there and everything else. You know how we're losing the war, how we're doing this, and you know Trump is lying to us and all the stuff and everything else. From are those photos propaganda that they just dropping these bombs all over the place? I mean, he's going to hit them with those penetrating bombs. They're loading them up now, and he's going to take them out. They've been planning this operation here for 25 years. I read that they knew the United States eventually, if Trump got elected, maybe, or whoever had balls to be president and go after them. They've been planning this for 25 years for the tunnels and everything else that they have built. You know, and I tell you one thing: the propaganda that I ran, those texts that they got, that they learned everything from here in the United States, that we taught their education department that they have so great, is that we helped them. We fund them. We help them.
How many people came over to go into our universities over here and whatnot? And I mean, to build those tunnels and stuff, you have to have engineers that are very smart to do what they were doing.
When I was working, right, we had to do this floor because they were bringing technicians in, so we had to do electrical, computers, and all that stuff to fix up this whole floor. It was time of Clinton time, okay, and Clinton brought in you wouldn't believe the amount of Russians that came in because companies were complaining they don't have any tech people here. So they opened up the door to Clinton and brought all these people coming in, and you got to see them. They had computers in front of them. I mean, we hooked them all up. We used to walk back and forth the floor because we had to do the troubleshooting if they had problems. But they were here. They were speaking among themselves, Russian, right? But they knew how to speak English very well. You know, and they knew about a whole bunch of stuff, and they learned strategy and stuff. You know, it was a trading house. It's not that they were it wasn't a regular company. It was actually a trading firm that they had a computer floor that they did all the work and everything. So I mean, we got spied upon a lot. We've been getting our ass kicked a long time, and it just took Trump to wake us up. He was trying to wake us up on 2017, but because all the people were picked for him, they did all to take him down in. And Trump's strategy was in 2020 that he lost. As soon as he lost, right away he did, okay, I'm ready to do this. So that's why strategy he had all the stuff planned with Venezuela, Greenland, Venezuela, about the drugs and stuff.
I wanted to go out with a laugh. You got to read this. This is Candace Owens. This Artemis 2 is fake and gay. NASA launched today as a 33 Freemason ritual. It was ordered by the French Legion on behalf of Israel to commit genocide of moon people. Notice the time, 6:24. 6 equals Charlie, 2 equals Kirk, 4 equals Israel. Israel killed Charlie. She has gone off the frickin' deep end. I just wanted to leave you.
Wait a minute. Is that a real tweet by her?
Yes. I took it right off X.
I wonder if it's still up. Let's see.
Fact check me. Go ahead.
I want to see. I gotta see. I mean, did you take it off her account, or is that something? Some of these things are. I don't. Well, let's see. 2 days ago. I don't see it.
You don't. Maybe she took it down.
I just think if I ever see these things shared from somebody, I go back to that source to look, because there's so much shit going on with people putting up stuff and making.
Here's another one that she did right here.
She's a little
to
nuts.
back it up. She's got the Freemason murder plot in France, which proves I was telling the truth. Tyler, she's got the 33 Club is having a bad week. So, yeah, here's another one. These Freemasons run the French government and founded America. None of this is imagined. Charlie Kirk's murder was a ritualistic killing, and French Foreign Legion troops were on the ground. She's freaking nuts.
Yeah, well, she is nuts. I don't know, but I just don't know if that post is a real post from her. Unless, I mean, maybe she took it down. I don't know, but it's.
I thought it was hers. I got it yesterday. Maybe it was an April Fool's joke then.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot of April Fool's shit going around yesterday, and that so I'm especially stuff from like yesterday. Even today, I'm very leery of anything because it.
Wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna have some fun. Tomorrow's Frisky Friday.
Frisky
Friday.
I know what you're thinking of. Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday is where Christy Noem's husband goes.
Oh yeah, did you see him all dressed up as Hi?
Yeah. We're gonna have some fun with that tomorrow.
We got.
You can hear my bird.
George, we should put you in that outfit for tomorrow.
Oh really? I'm getting ready. I got my clothes getting ready for my crusade operation.
Oh, are you? Oh, there you go.
Well, because Alan, because he's Jewish, had to go up to Piss over there with his mom, which I yell at him all the time to go up there
to see his mom. That's good.
Yeah,
where's he at? Baltimore?
Yeah.
Good for him.
It's good that he goes there.
Good
It's a nice lady. I met her. Good people.
It's a shame I wasn't going there this weekend. I'd hook up with him.
Yeah, but you gotta have crackers, you know?
Oh, the goat has crackers right there. Look.
Yeah. Ready for a Frisky Friday tomorrow?
Yeah.
They're gonna raid Mike Schwartz because it's 4 after 10 already.
Who gives a shit about Mike Schwartz? I don't care about Mike Schwartz.
Yeah, please hit the thumbs up. It'll help us get more into the algorithm so more things can be seen. And if you look, Wormhole Wednesday is on Rumble. So there's like 200.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of hits, which is very important. And again, USN, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it.
Oh, hey, before we go, did you see the Tim Burchett was on Newsmax. Was it Rob Schmidt?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that interview?
Yep.
Oh, I have a clip for tomorrow. Then I'll
Yep,
pull
yeah,
it up.
we'll save that. Yeah, save that for tomorrow.
It's only like a 2-minute clip. I'll pull it up tomorrow. It was interesting.
I think he's the only straight-laced guy. He's for the Constitution and everything else.
Yep.
I think even Byron too, the same thing with him.
Well, thank you,
Apparently, the outcome for Tina Peters' bid for clemency will be announced today at 9 a.m. So it must have been announced already.
Oh, I gotta watch the news. I hope she's out.
Unless it's 9 a.m. Colorado time.
It'll be 9 a.m. Colorado.
According to the Colorado Court of Appeals. So
that's that piece of shit governor that's there. He should get. No, I don't know what I think.
Yep.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah. So.
Keep on bluffing, but I just can't.
It's been a hell of a year. Crazy shit going on all year.
Yep. Please. Well, everybody have a good day.
Great show today, guys. Thank you very much, USA.
Yes, thank you, USA.
It's getting harder to act my age. Play a sad song on a tiny violin.
Yeah, well, they're right about the CIA there. That's the CIA. We have no control over the CIA.
I need some good news. Send me sipping on cold.